Hey guys, it's GamerVaults Kyle here with another tutorial, and this time it's going to be on GameMaker. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. We have three sprites, one for the player, which will be facing up, north. We got the one for the enemy, which will be facing down, south, and we have a small bullet, which the player will fire. We also have a background for the room, which is quite ugly in this case. So, we should start with an object, and that object should be player. And we should assign the player sprite to it. So, if we add a create event setting some variables, I always use code because I prefer to use code rather than the buttons. I don't know why, I just found it easier. So in this series I will be attempting to show you how to use code, although I'm still a novice myself. Right, so we want to set some variables. We'll have life equals 100, lives equals 5, and shooting equals false. You don't need to put this in yet, but we will be coming back to it later. So, what this does is it tells it that it should set the variable life to 100 and variable lives to 5 and shooting to false. Okay, we want to create a room and call it, I don't know, whatever you want really, room 1. Remember never to use spaces, always use underscores, otherwise it messes with the code and you don't really want that. So, you got your room, you can place your player in here, you can have more than one if you want, but I don't recommend it. You can change the grid size, you should just have a play around with that if you haven't already. Oh, and another thing with the sprites, always make sure they're centered. Okay. So, we basically want to make the player be able to move in all directions. Up, down, left and right. So, if we have key press and up, we need to tell it to go vertical speed, which is V, the V stands for vertical of course, and we need to set the vertical speed to minus 2, it's a fair speed. The minus means it's going up because GameMaker has weird directions, but that's how it is. So this sets the vertical speed to minus 2, which is up at a speed of 2. And we should do this for all directions. Okay, so we got all of them here, so we should check them out if they work now. Up. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Down, left, and right. Ah, yes, I got the directions a bit messed up. Easily fixed. Okay, so when we play the room, you can see that when you move, it carries on moving, and I've let go of the keyboard, and so again. So we need to basically stop that from happening. So if we have key release left, which will set the horizontal speed to 0, which since the horizontal speed in the right and left is also set, and you basically do this for all the directions. So. Yeah, okay, that should work. So now we're going to create an enemy object. Just call it enemy and assign the correct sprite. Like with the player, we're going to set some variables in here. So I'll have enemy life equals, no, 100's too much, I'll have it 10. And we also will make the game so the enemy scrolls straight down from the top of the room. So once it's created, we want to set the vertical speed to minus 3. So basically, setting the enemy life variable, which doesn't exist, but we have just made it now, to 10, and the vertical speed to -3, which is wrong. It should be vertical speed is 3. Okay. Let's test it out. So if I got the code right, it should go straight down. Yeah. Okay. Although it doesn't do anything when it hits the player yet, so we gotta change that. Okay, so if we had a collision event with the player, which will basically tell the enemy that when it collides with the player, it should do the actions in here. So we'll have it player.life minus, well, relative to 2. So basically what that does is it goes in the player object, looks at the life variable and takes 2 away from it. And we also need to destroy the instance, otherwise it'll keep doing this over and over, and eventually the player life will be in ridiculous numbers. So, okay, now we need to add the bullet, which the player will fire. So we'll call it player_bullet. Remember the underscore there, no spaces. And we will create it with a set vertical speed of -12, because the bullet will need to be very fast, otherwise it'll look a bit off. So we also need to add a collision event in here with the enemy, setting the enemy life relative to minus. It has 5 health, so we'll set it to 2. So when it collides with the enemy, it will take away 2 from the enemy life, and it should also destroy itself. Okay, that's all good, but we don't have a way of spawning the player bullet in yet. So in the player object, we want a key press space, and we want it to instance create XY player bullet. So what this will do is it will create an instance, which basically means create an object at the position of X and Y of the player, and it will spawn the player bullet. Yeah, okay, right, let's try it out. Oh, yeah, my bad. Go back into there. See, this is why you should always test your games. So you need to set it so it accesses the enemy object, and then checks enemy life. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, there we go. But we haven't told it to take anything off yet. Destroy the object. So in the step event, which is the event that checks every 30 steps, which is a second, and we want it to check if enemy life is smaller than 1, it should destroy itself. And yeah, so what this should do is when we fire the bullet at the enemy and it collides, it should take the health off, and once the health really reaches below 1, it should destroy it. Yeah, right, that's good. And okay, we have. So also once it collides with the player.life, with the player, it removes the life. So we also need to set a step event in the player. If life is smaller than 1, instance destroy. We should also add a brace as well, because we're going to be doing more in here. So what this will do so far is it will check if the life is smaller than 1, then it does everything inside these braces. So it will destroy itself, it will display message display. Okay. I really didn't think this through. So for now, we'll just make it so it destroys. It destroys it. I told you I'm still a novice at this. I'm still learning. So once it collides, it takes the health off. But since it doesn't take enough health off, it doesn't do anything yet. Okay, so that looks about it for this episode. Next time we'll be doing random spawning enemies and the rest of when you lose the game, it displays a message and so on. Thank you for watching, the usual. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment any issues you're having or if you need any help with anything. I'll be sure to check it out. Goodbye everybody.